Let's go. It's your back, it dey keep passing. It dey bring out the best in me. I dey feel your recipe. Make you give me that recipe. Fine, fine. Yeah, you fine. You so divine. I dey feel you die.
What's happening, people? We got a new episode of Awesome Entertainment. It's your boy Joel Awesome here. All right, we talking about The Odyssey. I just watched it maybe less than 20 minutes ago, straight out the theater-ish review. Man, this was a good movie, man. This is a good movie. Don't listen to the haters. I think it got like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is kind of crazy because I could see a lot of people not liking some of this movie. But I liked it. I can see a lot of people loving it. They're calling it masterpiece. Some people are throwing around the word masterpiece. I wouldn't say that, but I would say it was really, really good. It was it was really, really it had a lot of strong points in it. If you ain't seen it, I would probably save this, come back, because I'm gonna jump into spoilers. I ain't got time to wait. I mean, you already know the story, The Odyssey. So I remember The Odyssey when I was a kid. We watched the movie in class, and I was like, man, I like that movie. But I'll be honest, I didn't remember too much of the storyline, like what was about to happen. So it was all somewhat new to me. But when shit would happen, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that. It was a little bit disturbing. The horror parts were disturbing. I liked the Cyclops a lot. Like what they did with that shit. I don't understand why the CGI on all these other movies are so bad. The Cyclops looked great. Like he looked great. I didn't get to see it in IMAX. All right. So let me just say, I feel bad. I feel like, I ain't the type of person to watch somebody's art not under the way it's supposed to be watched. But the IMAX theaters were damn full. I'm not finna drive 30, 40 minutes to Dallas, which if you ever drove into Dallas, it sucks. I'm not finna do all that. And wait 3 weeks just to watch it. And, y'all don't give a fuck. I'm trying to put a review out. Look, I went and watched it in theaters locally. It was like $6. I'm happy. You got me a little drinky drink. It was good, man. It was good. The Cyclops was I would say that was my favorite part because that thing was creepy. Also, like some of the significant, how the movie goes, and there's a storytelling, there's action, storytelling, action, story. Everything kind of paid off and came full circle. Each thing didn't have a like it's there and it's done. Everything had a point. Like you shot the Cyclops and pissed Poseidon off. You know what I mean? That was the other part. Then we find out who your men really are when they was talking about, was it Cersei turned them to pigs? Now, when y'all kept saying she turned them to pigs, I was thinking like some fairy dust shit. And no, don't think magical fairies. That shit was disturbing. That was worse than the Cyclops. Oh my God. I was like, bro, make it stop. Make it stop. Man, she massaged them into pigs. It was weird. But it was interesting. I ain't never seen nothing like that on I don't watch a lot of horror, but I ain't never seen nothing like that in a movie. I thought it was creative. I thought, she did a thing, but I would have killed her ass straight up. Straight up. I'm sorry, Zeus. Someone tell Zeus, I'm sorry, but after she would turn everybody to pigs, okay, she unturned her, I would have slashed her throat right then and there. We ain't dealing with this. Absolutely not. I would have caused the whole damn earthquake or some shit would have split. Because, hey, look, man, that shit was graphic, nigga. Did you see what she did? And she was about to have you kill him and eat him. Oh, Lord. And she turned her sister to a bird. I want to know who the lion and the tiger is. I guess that's that's probably another Greek mythological story that we need to look up, And I like The Odyssey, but let's not just keep telling The Odyssey. Let's do some other things. I don't know. I think The Rock did a Hercules movie. I ain't ever watch it, but we got to get Hercules right, Let's talk about Tom Holland. None of the people have accents. I know they talked about what's a Greek? I don't know what a Greek accent, but I know that motherfuckers have American accents. I know that much. I don't know what Greek people sound like. I know what American people sound like, and those motherfuckers sound like they was from here. I was like, y'all ain't got no accent. Y'all didn't even try. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't try. I understand why they didn't do it, because some people's accents suck and some don't. So it's like, what's the point of even mix matching it? But I feel like Game of Thrones, they do a good job. Game of Thrones does a little bit better job with the dialogue and the accents and all that shit. But who knows? I just, it didn't fit. Travis Scott didn't fit. I was like, what's Travis Scott? I thought he was going to say, it's lit. When he was banging the drum, I was like, yeah. But anyway, I was like, yeah, at least he got in the movie. You know, I ain't mad at that. I don't know if I was that big a name of rapper, do I want that part? I do. I'm right now, I'm a nobody, so I would definitely love to take that part. But like, if you was that big on top, do you really want that part? If you not really acting, who knows? Here, you know, get your bread. If they paid you, you know what I'm saying, get your bread. You in one of the biggest movies ever. So, you know, I ain't hating on you, but I just thought it was funny that Travis Scott was up in there. You know, and it's a diverse cast. I guess the Greece ain't all white. It was all black people, and Indian people, Asian people. It was just a big old group. I was like, oh, we all rolling together then. Fuck it. You know, Lupita was up in there. You know, everybody was mad she was casted. She can't be Helen of Troy. She ain't fine. I was like, what you mean she ain't fine? Have you seen that ass? She looked fine to me. But she was cool in it. She was cool in it. She was kind of her sister. Was it her sister that wilded out on John Bernthal's brother, killed him? I was kind of like, I didn't get that part because. Oh wait, I did get that part. That was fucked up because he gave away their daughter, so she was waiting for him to come. She gave away their daughter as a sacrifice for strength, and she was a fucking with that shit. So she waited till he came home. She killed him. Honestly, I had no issue with that. They needed to hash out a little bit of that shit because John Bernthal was mad about that shit, but your brother was kind of an asshole. Then you telling a story about how Odysseus is breaking the laws of Zeus to his son. Like, yo, we did some bullshit and we declared peace, ran up in there, killed him. I did like the Trojan horse scene. I did like how, you know, they made it a little bit more realistic. You know, as a kid, they just talk. It's like a bunch of soldiers inside of a horse on some wheels, and it's just nothing. And, you know, they made it a little bit more dramatic. And I like that they did that. And it was dope. Yeah, so they had the pig scene, they had the Cyclops, they had the Troy scene. Those were all 3 wins. Those are 3 wins. Then they had the one, you know, this wasn't a big scene. It was like a miniature scene, not a lot of action. But when he told them, he's like, yo, bro, we can't go to this island. The sun god said y'all niggas is gonna eat the cattle. Like, nah, nigga, we ain't gonna do it. Bro, listen to the gods. You know, I'm sorry. You know, I don't mean to get religious on y'all, but listen to the gods. If they say, yo, don't go over there, you're going to eat our cattle and we're going to kill all y'all. They're like, nah, bro, it ain't no big deal. We're going to stop by, grab some fruit, and we're going to leave. And then the wind that took them in all easy was like, yo, this wind go this way and only this way. Y'all ain't leaving this island for another 10, 12 years. They stuck on that island forever. I would have ate some damn cow too, my damn self. Like, hey, look, he said it's either that or cannibals. We done ran out of food. Like, y'all done settled, and then the wind stopped as soon as y'all didn't find that suspicious. The gods that sent you to the land of milk and honey, literally told you don't eat nothing there. Wait until you ran out of shit, ate something, and the wind stopped, and you like, okay, let's go. Nigga, we stuck here. I would have said, bro, we stuck here. Don't take that. You think that it's gonna be that easy? Either way, you know what happened. They all died. And he gotta figure it out. I didn't understand the whole part of him. I get it. Like, you gotta let go in life, and sometimes let the waves guide you, and that's how he got his way home. But I didn't get how that fit with the storyline that we were in. Like, I mean, I get he was trying to control everything, but I just didn't get where that came from, especially with the ending of him, trying to come back and claim the throne. I just didn't get, he didn't let that shit go. You know what I mean? Like, if it was like at the end, like with Tom Holland realized, you got to let him swing at the stomach, spin move, slice the throat. He learned that shit at the beginning of the movie, gets in the fight with a homie at the end of the movie, shows the stomach, spin move, slash the throat. Hey, look, we get why he did that. We get where he learned that. I didn't get the whole letting go was like, okay, he let go. But he gets back home and he's immediately back in fucking control. Like, nah, fuck all that. Fuck that shit. Fuck that lesson I just learned for 17 years. It's back to being in control. So I felt like that part was a little off. Zendaya, I didn't understand. You know what? They did a good job because I didn't understand, but I was like, they're going to wrap it up. I didn't get where she was coming from or what she, I guess she was Athena. She was his embodiment of Athena. That's what he sees, but I don't think that was actually Athena. But I was like, where the fuck? Like, why is she here? I didn't get it until the end. But even then, like, that reveal was a good reveal. But I feel like it could have happened like in the middle of the movie. That way, when she disappears, we understand that he's letting her go. Not that we didn't understand that. It was just, I would have thought it would have hit harder. But it was a good movie. I said 7.95. I can't give it an 8. I want to give it an 8, but I can't. I can't give it a 9. The reason why the action scenes were good, the action was good when it happened. It just, the character didn't make me want to cheer for him. It made me interested to see where he was going. It made me interested to see what's going to happen to him or his family or whatever. But I didn't cheer. You know what I mean? Like, you win a fight, I want to be like, fuck yeah. Like when Iron Man went over there and blew up the dudes with the guns that were torturing the innocent folk, he was like, man, hell yeah. He was like, last one's up to y'all. You was like, yeah, Iron Man, that dude. You want to cheer for him. You know what I mean? This one, I didn't. It's not like I was cheering for either side. I was interested to see what's happening. But it's like watching a championship game and your team ain't in it. You know what I mean? Like, who you want to win? Like, who cares? I'm a fan of the sport. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of the sport, man. I want to just see sportsmanship and some good X's and O's. Okay. That's what it was like. It was like, all right, I just want to see him break it down. I didn't really care. I like Tom Holland's character. I would cheer for him a little bit more, but he didn't do no fighting really. You know what I mean? And how long is this dude gonna play a kid? Like, he like 26, 27, like, I'm like, bro, you a grown ass man at this point in time. Why can't you be on the throne? He can't play a kid forever. I was just hoping he would fight a little bit more or have a little bit more significance at the end. He was an interesting character and it was an interesting storyline, but I just felt like it didn't really have anything to do with Odysseus and his trap. Like, it was like a side story on this long journey, like, but it's off world. Like, that could have been its own separate. That could have been a show. That could have been a special presentation. You know, like I felt like he could have been. I don't know. Maybe it would have been his idea. At least he'd have it be his idea. You know what I mean? He learned some shit from Robert Pattinson's asshole character. That's like, yo, we're gonna do it like this. This is my idea. You know what I mean? Because I felt like he was just kind of like a bystander most of the time until the end, where he was fighting a dude for weapons. It took him a minute to stop that dude. Either way, I would say it was a good movie. It's a good movie. I wish I would have seen it in IMAX. The visuals were good. I give it a 7.9. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. Nah.
Don't play with my patience. Man, they gone with the flow when they trying to fake it. That's not the way I roll, that's not the combination. You start off with the dough before you start the conversation. No one start the salutations, man, don't play with me. I'm coming from a place they would hate to be. I'm going through a phase you would hate to see. They say this life's a trip. Ain't no telling where it's taking me. When you on the edge and you make your next move, better be your best. Before you throw it to the depths, better reinvest. Man, I count every moment and count every step, so I know I'm blessed. Now it's time to